What's up, everybody? It's Jeem, Jeem Trades, and this video we're gonna go over how to set up a pre-market watch list and how to actually do pre-market analysis. Come here, Rain. I don't know if you heard that meow, but this is Rain. Yeah, I think he wants to be in the video. Say hi, Rain. You smell good. Anyways, wait, let's see. Can I come back so you can see? All right, you're featured now, okay? But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go over everything that you need, and by the end of this video, you should know how to develop your own plans and create your own watch list so you can take trades the next day. All right. So first, what we're gonna do, this number one step when you're doing pre-market analysis is looking at the market and seeing what the overall market sentiment is, right? And what we're gonna do to find that is check out SPY and QQQ, SP 500 and QQQ. So this is the daily chart, right? When you're doing analysis, you want to do top-down analysis, meaning you want to go from a higher time frame down to a lower time frame. So right now we started on the weekly chart, and then we're just gonna drop down and break down the price action until we get down to around a 50-minute or 5-minute, so we can develop trade ideas for the next coming day. So start the weekly chart. You can see, okay, it's very obvious. SPY is in an uptrend. We're heading straight up, just like that. Not much to look at there, right? But we did, now this is the daily chart. So we broke all-time high. This was the previous all-time high right here. And then we created a new all-time high, which is at 524.61. So this is the new all-time high that I'm going to mark. Mark that as yellow. And this was the previous all-time high. And obviously we broke all-time high and rejected back down with high volume. So it's clear that there are sellers up at the high, and because we couldn't sustain, it doesn't mean that there's enough demand to keep the price going up higher. So despite, like, alright, this whole sentiment, this is all bullish clearly. So the overall market sentiment is bullish, and the overall market structure is bullish market structure, because it's in an uptrend and we're getting higher highs and higher lows. But on the daily chart, still the same thing, but just at the very, very top. This is a clear sign that sellers are here, because as price is going higher, the volume is going higher, but we got the highest volume on that rejection. So if I want to take trades tomorrow, there's two things that I could look for if I wanted to trade on SPY, right? So I can look for a continuation of this move. So by continuation, it's like I'm expecting it to continue the same kind of trend in price action from the previous day, but I'm still going to keep in mind the overall market structure, which is bullish. So if anything, what I could think about is maybe taking a short below 522.8, which is below the low of the day, to pretty much create that continuation that I'm talking about. And you can see when you're going down into smaller time frames, this is the 4-hour, right? So the higher highs and higher lows become more exaggerated. You can see exactly where those pivot points are. and then this is the nearest low. This is the nearest highest low right here, higher low. So we can mark that as a point of interest. Because pretty much what you're doing is you're just marking like different areas and points of interest, and then you're building context around those areas after to figure out, okay, is there going to be potential buying here? Will there be potential selling here? How are we going to look at the price action and determine whether it's valid to take a trade or not? So it's obvious, all right, we definitely have a support around 523, 522.8. I'll just mark 523 as that level for sure. And you see, if I'm coming down and I'm going on different time frames. So this is the 2-hour time frame now, and then not really much else to see. So I'm going to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. And again, you can see there's still the support is being held, is getting more exaggerated. You can see exactly like how the price action is supporting at this level. Huge wide body candle with higher volume, showing that there's definitely sellers up here. So I'm just gonna mark and show that there's definitely sellers, because even though we closed up strong on this candle, the next candle right before we closed at the low of day, and it was super strong selling right from the high all the way to the low. But buyers came down at the support at 523 and supported it, so we didn't get below it that day. So, and then obviously I can mark down here as buyers, because obviously support means demand, and even though price had, would trade down below it a few times, we didn't completely get down below, and we'd always rally back up. So I'm just gonna mark all the way down to the lows and just say, all right, there's demand in this area, because support and resistance isn't exactly like one key point on a chart. It's always an area. It's always a zone, really. So other than that, now I'm just gonna drop down to the 30-minute chart. Not much else to see here, but there is a sort of demand formation down here as well. Let's go on a 15-minute chart. So you can see we kind of had some level of rejection around 521, but it's not anything clear enough for me to say there's a clear level right here, so I'll just leave it alone. But I can definitely note a demand formation down here. We have base, and then a basing formation or consolidation, and then a rally out of that consolidation. So I'm gonna mark that last point of consolidation and mark that as a demand zone right there. And then I can also probably move it up higher, so I could say 521, because it acted as a resistance, but we consolidated, and then we broke above with crazy high volume, showing that this is a valid move, and that's why we're holding support up higher. So if anything, what I can say now is, all right, since based off of the overall price action, we had super high volume on this candle right here. If we break down below 523, I can expect price to probably target 521 or maybe somewhere in between that, before we start finding serious buyers again. Or we just hold 523 and break above the highs, or we find sellers up here again. And it's just looking at that action, looking at the structure, and figuring out how you're actually going to trade it and figure out the context around it, so you can develop an idea and a plan. But, that's kind of how I would do analysis on a chart to develop trade ideas. And, that's exactly what I do every single day. And that's how you would go about trading it too. It doesn't have to be the strategy specifically, but just looking at the price action and the most relevant price action there, and seeing how you would capitalize based off of what could potentially happen. I keep looking at my cat. Now we're gonna go on QQQ. So same as SPY, we in a bullish uptrend, bullish market structure. consolidation breakout, higher lows and higher highs. We have all-time high up at 449.34. And this is the daily chart right now. So I was on the weekly chart. Now I'm on the daily because there's not much information that I could get from the weekly chart like that. I can say maybe down here acted as a support around 434, maybe 433 acted as a support on that weekly chart, because you can see no matter what, anytime price traded down below, we're wicking, but we keep bouncing back up. Like, we closed down at the low right here, but then we bounced back up, we tested it, came back up higher, broke high, all-time high, and then came back down again. So it's like, all right, there's clearly a support right here, and I identified that using the weekly chart. And then I identified the area where there's sellers and the nearest resistance, also using that same weekly chart, right? So I'm going to mark those two key levels as gold, because the higher the level, the higher the time frame that you're on, and if you find a level on those time frames, that's going to indicate that there's more strength. And now I'm on the daily chart, you can see it becomes exaggerated. You can see it even further now, how this level actually acts as a support or how it acts as a resistance. Right? So kind of ranging right here, looking at the daily chart. And really, this is all it is. You're just marking up levels and doing analysis, and then kind of just wait to see how it trades around that. So there's definitely resistance and sellers up at like 447, because we have the rally and couldn't go above. We went up above and rejected, tested it again, rejected, and so okay, now because I marked that on the daily chart, right? I'm like, okay, looks like there might be sellers here, and I put that line. Now I go down to the 4 hour. Now it becomes exaggerated. You can see it even deeper. 447 is a clear resistance. So if I go down on the 2 hour chart, you can see it even more. We have multiple rejections. We have 1, 2, 3. This could count as a rejection too, and then even 4. So there's obvious sellers up here, and I could say, all right, this red zone, this is where sellers are likely to start stepping in, right? But this is also a supply formation, so I'm gonna mark that. What's up, Rain? Huh? You wanna come back in the video? Come here. Come back. Come back in the video. Rain says he agrees with the analysis. Isn't that right, Rain? Okay. So, okay, identified sellers, and 442, we have clear buying because we have this wide body selling candle, and then we bounced at 442, and then we rallied up from that level. We never broke down below it. Buyers immediately defended and stayed true. So if you go down to another time frame, let's see if we can find more information. So now I'm on the 1 hour chart, right? Look at that. It's clear that 442 area, maybe like 442.30 might be better, because that's where we're getting more actual. Yeah, so we'll just call it 442.2. Getting more actual action, more actual validation from the candles. We got hammer candles, we got dojis, showing that, all right, there's buyers stepping in. They're not allowing the sellers to push it down lower. So, okay, we identified another level by going down to another time frame. And then since we're on a smaller time frame, this also has a trend line, right? Indicating the bearish, the seller sentiment and the bearish sentiment up at the highs. But remember, like, overall, this is still bullish market structure. So you have to keep that in mind, that yes, sellers are up at the highs, but that doesn't mean that, like, we're gonna go and try to take short trades. It's just developing a full picture right now. So this I can definitely mark as a support. So I'll mark that as another yellow level, and I'll just cover that range where the wicks are hitting and bounce rallying off of. Say, okay, there's buyers within that area, so I can be more confident to actually take trades like that. And because, like, okay, now overall market is in a bullish market structure, I might be reluctant to try to take a short up here at 447, right? But I'll be more inclined to going long down at this can I use this? Yeah. So I'm more inclined to go long down here at this level of support in this area because of the fact that we're in we're in a bullish market structure. And it's just that's how you use market structure to develop your plans. You're not just gonna say, okay, there's a support right here, 442, I'm gonna long that, or there's a resistance, I'm gonna short that. Like, I might be more likely to go long once we invalidate this area of sellers and we get above 447 to target all-time highs because of the fact that we're in that bullish market structure on the higher time frame. And just do that, rinse and repeat. You'll see a big difference in the way that you trade and the quality of your setups. Right? So it's 30-minute chart. Let's drop down to the 15-minute. Again, more validation that there are buyers here. Selling and then immediate strong rally up. Selling again, bounce at 442, and we never even get close to 442 and test it. And then we start consolidation. Like, there's a minor period of consolidation right here. So we got, like, this is the high. These are the lows right here. So it's like that same, everything that I tell you about market structure appears in every single time frame, regardless of where you are on the chart. So we got that. A strong move, consolidation, strong move, and shift in market structure, right? Shift in the structure. Overall, it's always going to be market structure regardless of what time frame you're in, because this is the market. But you always remember to put emphasis on the higher time frame structure before you use that context to develop lower time frame structure. So we are in that consolidation and we broke out, which is a shift in market structure. Then look at this with this high volume candle right here. Well, never mind. But yeah, and then, like, despite us breaking out and then coming up above that and creating this double bottom with buying activity, we still respected this higher time frame bearish market structure. So it's just, that's how you would look at the different pieces of market structure and the different pieces of context to develop a whole picture. So, like, this is still developing. Like, you would be able to trade this. You could definitely say there are buyers down here in this green area, but you could see that the market is still respecting this downtrend line. So if I went long down here somewhere, I might be more inclined to take an exit or to have a target somewhere along this trend line. Or I might wait till, say, we keep doing this, right? We just keep trading down here and consolidating. I might wait for a shift of the overall structure and to break out of this trend right here on this orange line to actually say that maybe I can develop a long idea. Or, we break down below 442 and invalidate all of these buyers, and I might target somewhere lower, target the next area of structure and the next area of buyers or whatever. And that's just how you develop plans. You do that with every single chart in every single time frame. Like 5 minute, look, buying. Every time you come down to this level, there's buying. Every time we touch this resistance, there's selling. You know what I mean? So that's exactly how you would identify that. Like, look at that, 447. We break above a little bit, come back down, selling. Touch it again, selling. And then lower highs, higher lows, and then consolidation structure, equal highs, equal lows, break a structure. So we got that breakout, and then look, that's a higher low right there, higher high, and then like that's just how you need to think about it, right? So that's how you would do actual analysis on the chart. That's how you'd actually come up with like plans. So, for, yeah, I'll call that step one. I'll have another video going through like how to choose stocks and what to look for when choosing stocks. Um, and then I'm just gonna give you like a certain basket of stocks that you're gonna need, that I use, that you can start off of to actually trade, and have a watch list that you can do analysis on and take trade ideas.